Hello everyone and welcome to Strategic Archive. This is going to be the full video length version of the one I posted yesterday because I have completed everything. Once again, everything was pretty bad RNG. I really didn't like it. For this first fight here, you're going to need to get Cascade on Dory, as well as you're going to need to help Landy crits, but I can explain many reasons why these fights are really annoying to do. Like for instance, for this first fight, your primary DPS is Landy, and you are required to fight 2 fire units, Janua and Tori, and not to mention you kind of have to beg and hope that you also proc Gab in order for Landy to do enough damage, which is stupid. I tried many ways of going about it, and this was kind of the best way to go about it, and like it's just really annoying to get it done in 10 turns. There's going to be a fight later on along the line where I'm going to show you it's just speed RNG. It's just so much factors. The biggest problem is they need you to do things in a short amount of turns while there's RNG aspects to them. So for instance, for these fights, let's say you need to finish them in 10 turns, it makes it much harder, especially if the team is very hard to be aggressive against. If for instance, the Conquer Lilius one where the Conk is super fast, or the one where there's another one later on the line where you kind of need to pick a fast unit in order to contest them. But yeah, generally all of these were very annoying to do. I usually talk during all of these, but I don't have audio behind them because it took me so long to do that I could not do them in one sitting. So I just kept playing over and over and over until I can get a run that worked. So yeah, and that really there's not a lot of talking in the video. So anyways, I'll talk over anything where I need to give you more information, and that'll be it. All right, cool. He broke out of he stayed in fear, is what we want. Now our goal here is to try to kill the mitigation knight first. So we're just gonna skill 3 so we can get some extra damage in. And oh, I should have gone on to Death Dealer Ray. Alright, let's just hope Ray stays in fear, because I was supposed to put that into Death Dealer Ray. Scale 3. Ufine. This was slow burn just like in try to kill it. Nice. Yeah, for some reason this is on riposte. Like alright, cool. Push up. S3 on the strays. Copy strays. S3. S2. Do not soul burn. We'll just need that for later. Skill 3 into Flan. And then you can use your soul burn here. S3 here. Hope to tag everybody. Didn't tag a ROM, that is perfectly fine. Collapse Bibbles. Soul burn. S3. Shoot Biblis again. Rupture. Copy LRK. Skill 3. Okay, we got a random dual attack there. Let's finish this off. This one. Soul burn. This one. Okay. Alright, cool. This one here, they want us to erase a Sea Phantom for some odd reason, so we'll do exactly that. So we'll just do that. But Kali there should be A-okay. Skill 3 into Ravi. Ravioli. Copy Ruizia. Skill 2 into Ravi. Skill 3. Alright. This one we could use Kali again, I believe. We don't have to, but we can. I don't think these things have imprints. Let's just use Elagos. It really doesn't matter who he is. S1 into Arya. Copy Elagos. Shoot. Shoot Rylet. Nice. Skill 3. Very nice. Okay, for this one here, you're going to use Rual. And we're going to take Iceria. Now this is going to be a little bit of RNG, but your whole entire team is going to die. Okay? So just be aware of that. Your entire team is going to die. Right. If we get a counter, we got a counter. Cool, and then Vildred's gonna clean us up. Alright, so Revolve revives here, surprisingly enough. Kind of crazy. Okay, yeah, so we just need a skill 2 on Salome. Select roll. Revive Iceria. And then press S3. There you go. Okay, so this fight here, you're probably going to need to enter and leave and enter and leave multiple times until your team just goes first. Once you go first, you pretty much win the fight. Unfortunately, Biblis and Salome is glued to your team, so you cannot remove them. So the only option I have seen fit is to try to outspeed the team, because if you try to go slower, you just take way too much damage. There's just too much turn cycling and CR pushing and outgoing damage into your team on the opponent side to the point that you cannot play turn 2. So the best solution is to play Ruzia, who is the fastest one that is available for you to use at 295 speed, and use Kali, which can self-bridge yourself and should be able to clear everything by yourself. But once again, unfortunately, this is the best option I can come up with, so you're just going to have to leave, re-enter, leave, re-enter, leave, re-enter until you take first turn. I forgot to start recording. Oops. So you just take B-Dom plus Zarya plus Hua Young, and then it should be fairly easy to clear. I used this team a lot against this team back in the day. Oh, copy Zarya. We're just gonna skill 3 again, so that we stay in more invincibility. Okay. So burn onto Yoha. Copy Riza. Spread all the debuffs. Skill 3. That's crazy, I died. Last one on Nodos. Skill 3. Skill 1 onto Nodos. Beautiful. You get a skill 3. Cool. Beautiful. This fight here was pretty hard, so I'll talk through it. Your goal is the same thing as other fights and just hope that you outspeed. You'll press skill 2 so you can strip all the buffs including the evasion and push back to give yourself a little bit of an edge. There's no reason to press skill 3 because he still has a cleanse on his team named skills. The pushback enables your Salome to take second turn, which in here you will copy Gade. This way we can pick off their cleanser skills. Now, unfortunately, we cannot target Sigret because she's unfortunately has too much HP, and if we hit the Sigret 2 below HP, she's just going to get a Guardian Ice Crystal's cleanse. So we're just getting rid of the healer immediately, and we're going to take a hit from Freyrin and Sigret here. After taking the hit, we should be fine due to Young Senya plus Ikade combo, which immediately procs her passive, giving her an extra turn and a full cleanse for your team. Hopefully you don't get crit like I did on Razier because she's a fire hero, but I did. So I took a bit more damage than you probably could have if you just simply dodged. Press skill 3 to cleanse, and this is where things get a little bit rough. Our team is very low on HP, and we have to try to kill within a limited amount of turns. Here I decide to kill Yulha because if Yulha presses S3 on any one of our targets, we are done. And we're going to now skill 3 into Freyrin, I believe, to try to kill her. The defense break plus the pop damage hopefully should kill, but we need to make our play now because once we lose Ruzia or if we lose Hekade, it is game over. And it was enough damage to kill, and then from here on out you should be able to clear the match within an appropriate amount of time. This fight is also a little bit of an RNG solution where you're using Iseria in order to fight this team. Iseria is one of the better options because of her passive that enables pen resistance, meaning she's the only character who can tank Ross that's in this roster here. So that's pretty much the reason why we're using it. And also, Iseria is pretty good in 2 scales, Freyren, because her pop damage is insanely high. So the biggest issue you'll run into this fight is whether or not your Iseria does anything. So we're still with the rank here so we can push up our Iseria. We cannot push Akane, but if we try to S1, there is like a 50-50 chance that we either pull Akane or we pull Iseria. Preferably we'd want to pull Akane, but unfortunately our Akane is provoked, so we have no control over her turn. If your Akane was not provoked, or if you didn't get like a sleep or stun on you, maybe you could gamble on skill 1ing so that way you can pull up Akane and then take back the turn so you can kill Ross. But unfortunately, since mine was provoked, I decided to not pull the S1 and instead S3. Fortunately, because we did S3, we do have the continuous healing, which allowed us to heal up a tiny bit, which once again enabled us to stay in the fight a bit more longer. The skill 3 here should just straight up kill Tenebra and Freyren, and then from here on out it's do you counter.